And we're joined by Mark Burley from the Downtown Kelowna Association. The Monday after this, whole downtown was turned into a big Christmas parade. Wow, and it ended up being even bigger than people predicted.
Well, it sure did. First of all, we have to say congratulations to Pam Turgeon and her whole team in transitioning the parade from Kettle Valley to downtown Kelowna. It was certainly way bigger than any of us thought it would be. We had people 5 deep on the sidewalks on Bernard from about 5 o'clock on. The parade didn't even start till 6. Spoke with a couple of coffee shops who sold more hot chocolate than they've sold in a long time. So there was really a lot of positives happening. From what we hear, it's over $400,000 they've raised so far, approaching $500,000.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I know you guys work hard at trying to get people to think about the downtown as a place to shop and to spend time. But this one just lands on your laps. This is not a Downtown Kelowna Association event per se.
Well, no, it's Pam and her crew that put it together. They know what they're doing. It's not something that we at the DKA know how to plan to start with. So they brought it down here. You know, the city was encouraging them to come down to make it bigger. We don't have a Christmas parade, never have. I've lived here over 20 years and I have never experienced a Christmas parade in downtown Kelowna. So it was really nice to see us join that club, but it did come with its little bit of hiccups and that along the way.
Right, parking and traffic were, I mean, you could see it coming. Obviously, it's hard to make it smooth.
Yeah, it is. And it is the first year and there's growing pains. And it was the second Saturday before Christmas, which is traditionally, you know, one of the biggest shopping days that there is. That being said, we lost at the end of the day about 130 parking spots on Bernard and Abbott, but we have 1,713 parking stalls in the 3 parkades, which the city very graciously waived parking fees on an event day, which they normally do. So those were free of charge, along with all the streets around Bernard, and the first 2 hours were free of charge.
Okay, so you're referencing the fact that along the parade route, not only during the parade, but you know, during the day leading up to it, they need to get people not to park there so they don't wind up having to tow them, I guess, at the last minute.
Yeah, you know, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? I mean, I think even if we towed 30 cars, that would have created an even bigger kerfuffle than the lack of parking on Bernard did. And you know what? We're listening to the members who've reached out to us about that and be part of that planning for next year and how we can do that differently or how we can do it better. And there was the growing pains, and it's unfortunate that it was the second Saturday before Christmas.
The Christmas parade, I guess it's got to be sometime around there. But I mean, there'll be some of your members listening to you praising the presence of the parade downtown they don't want to hear that it was disruptive for them.
Yeah, it was disruptive, but then again, there were a lot of businesses that stayed open during the parade between 6 and 8 and reaped the benefits of the traffic that came along with that. Our restaurants were jammed from mid-afternoon on with families who were down here ahead of time. And all of the articles on digital media right across the city the week before were stressing to get down here early, and we did that on social media as well. Right. So, yep, a few growing pains, but congratulations again to Pam and her crew for a very successful event that was for the Bridge, a very important organization in our community.
Raised a ton of money. And so I put you down as a thumbs up.
Halfway up, we got to get past a couple of problems, but all the way up for the execution of the parade and how wonderful it looked in downtown at nighttime with all the lights.
Yeah, I think we were told they were expecting about 10,000 people, and it seems like that was surpassed by some number.
It sure felt like it, that's for sure. I'd like to know what the final number is, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was double that.
Yeah. Did somebody count? I wouldn't want that.
Well, there's street counters around here somewhere, I think.
All right, appreciate this. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
And thank you for watching Kelowna Now.
We don't just report the news. We live here too. We're your neighbors, bringing you stories that matter to all of us. No government funding, no outside influence. Kelowna Now, local, independent. News you can trust.